Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final and concluding stage of the Alienware challenge from Dreamhack Summit 2011. Here we have SaSe, the pinkish purple-ish Protoss in the upper right starting position off Shakura's plateau, versus the foe at the very end, Mao's HasuObs, the blue Protoss here in the lower left starting position. Of course, this has been taken from the Alienware challenge event that took place on Dreamhack, and the prize in this very prestigious tournament is indeed an Alienware Aurora glowing desktop packed with gaming power. And these players, we all know them, but HasuObs may be the more famous name right now in StarCraft 2, but I know that many of you have already fallen in love with SaSe's beautiful blink skills and strategic thinking, the way he really showcases the Warcraft 3 player's background in the use of micro and maneuvering. It has been beautiful, and we'll just have to see if that can be enough to top the fearsome foe that is HasuObs, who of course took part in the NASL finals that was concluded this very weekend just before, and he is indeed a very fearsome Protoss player from Germany. SaSe, a Swedish countryman, of course I'm somewhat rooting for him, but indeed I love HasuObs as well, so who will be the victor? The best player indeed. Quick gas going down here for HasuObs. Meanwhile, seems like SaSe is following up fairly quickly. This is of course a mirror matchup, and it's always interesting to see when will the first deviation occur. I have no doubt that these players are different in style, so who will be the more aggressive one? Maybe SaSe. He has showcased that he wants to put opponents back on their heels through quick aggression before, and maybe he will do that again. He's got his scouting probe up here in HasuObs' business. Maybe he'll even try to perform a gas steal. It's already taken some minerals and some shields off those probes, and being very annoying. Cybernetics core now going up for Hasu, not and only now started for SaSe. And this scouting probe really is getting a lot of information. Meanwhile, HasuObs has his own probe up here as well, knowing that he's slightly ahead in the cybernetics core timing. And indeed, here comes a gas steal for SaSe. Very nice indeed, showing that he's true to form the way he took down Jimbo in the last series. Wants to be the aggressor, wants to be the initiator. So here we see a few deviations already. Warp gate upgrade on the way for HasuObs. That's of course not even close yet for SaSe, only now finishing his cybernetics core, but a second gas going up for SaSe. And again, of course, that is not the case for Hasu, since his gas was stolen here by SaSe, so we'll have to take that down before he can do anything. Let's see how SaSe can develop this, if he wants to go for a quick expansion to initiate, or rather capitalize on this early lead, or if he'll go very aggressive. Only one gate up as of yet, and the same goes for SaSe. He is saving up money, so maybe he'll go for an expansion or some quick gates. It looks like this probe will go down to indeed put down... Oh, sorry, this is actually SaSe's probe, who will make it out of here alive, maybe. Oh, it's very close. No, this first stalker of HasuObs will be able to take down the scouting probe, and only now can therefore Hasu showcase his strategic choices. 2 gates going down, and it seems like that will be it for now. Over in SaSe land we also see 2 additional gates, 1 sentry out and a Twilight Council. So will this result in quick Dark Templars or quick Blink? Having seen SaSe perform so well with Blink in the previous stage versus Swedish Terran player Jimbo, I would have to imagine that this would go towards a Blink opening. SaSe has showcased that he can be so aggressive with his Blink Stalkers. It seems like Hasu, however, will go for Nexus after his first 3 gates, and no Twilight Council of his own or any other tech like that as of yet. Meanwhile, we do see some Stalkers moving out now for both players, actually a Stalker and a Zealot. Meanwhile, we see a probe over here. Maybe he'll it's just for scouting purposes, or he might put down an expansion or some hidden tech. Indeed, it's a pylon that is most probably a warp-in pylon, so that SaSe could go for a pincer attack here. This is of course the older version of Shakura's Plateau, where these rocks are in place, and that is indeed the better version, I say. But it was played in June at Dreamhack Summer at the Alienware area, and it was indeed an epic sight to behold this match. I'm very honored to be casting this exclusively here at GGvision.tv. Now, as predicted, here we see the blink upgrade going down and a fourth gateway as well. So that would put the gateway count of 4 to SaSe. Meanwhile, we only have 3 gates for HasuObs. However, he's going head first with the Forge upgrades, having already started his Forge attack upgrades. Now SaSe is indeed breaking down these rocks and using this warping pylon to the best benefit, but here we see another warping pylon. Of course, HasuObs do not know about this, and this goes unscouted. And if SaSe can get a unit or an observer to give him vision of these rocks, he can warp in units inside HasuObs' business. And now HasuObs is made aware of the fact that his rocks are being broken down by a bunch of angry stalkers, and how will he react? Looking quickly at the unit count, we have 5 stalkers, 1 zealot and 2 sentries, more warping in here, and a photon cannon as well for Hasu, and 11 stalkers and 1 sentry, some of them indeed warping in up here. So this will be a 2-pronged pincer attack, and now it's going up. A force field going down, cutting the forces of SaSe in half, and indeed, oh, a nice blink out there, again showcasing the beautiful blink skills of SaSe, though however he is losing one. Seems like these stalkers up here were held back, but the aggression continues. Guardian shield going up, diminishing the damage of SaSe stalkers, and again Hasu holds and repels, but SaSe has not given up. Here we do see the stalkers again clashing. Meanwhile, here in the south, it seems like they are awaiting the right opportunity. 5 or 6 stalkers up here rather, and now we see the forces down here again clashing. A force field going up, very beautiful by HasuObs. He is indeed holding his own, and SaSe has not gone for any additional expansions or anything. Now it seems like he's joining forces up here, going for one huge hammer blow at one spot instead. But HasuObs has the defender's advantage and 2 photon cannons, and even though SaSe's blink skills are beautiful, I would say that HasuObs still has a superior positioning, and that is everything. Okay, quickly at the units killed, fairly even, not too much. Resource intake, rather, let's look at the economy as the players are now repositioning themselves once again. HasuObs is in a harvester lead, but of course a huge intake lead since it's got an expansion up. SaSe needs to make something happen quickly. Twilight counts are now going up for HasuObs, and again blinking out. It's a game of positioning and a game of cat and mouse, but if only SaSe could get a unit in here, if he can get some sort of vision up, maybe by, blinking in, and this will enable him to blink up into HasuObs' base. This is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Taking down a cannon, taking down sentries, having the ability to cause a lot of damage and then blink out, or rather blink in. HasuObs' stalkers are now firing for SaSe, who has the better micro. HasuObs again can warp in units, but so can SaSe. This is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. A stalker on stalker battle, and probes are being pulled. HasuObs is now on the back foot. I would say that SaSe is in a very good position right here, but the game is not over yet. We see now a very similar stalker count, but it seems like SaSe's are dwindling. HasuObs will hold it, but for how long? Looking at the production tab, not much is happening, but SaSe is now moving in again. However, that is a bad judgment call. The photon cannon is causing a lot of damage. However, he'll be able to snipe a lot of probes. But even so, HasuObs has quite successfully defended this, though he's taken quite severe losses, and these stalkers are still alive, but now a bit of miss micro there, taking a lot of cannon fire, and this lone stalker will be taken out. However, well, rather not. Here some SaSe zealots actually breaking down these rocks now, and now he is taking his own expansion. Who came out ahead of that? Taking a quick look at the worker skill tab, SaSe killed 15 probes, those that were pulled in order to combat the stalker threat earlier. So would have to say that indeed when it comes to that, SaSe is in a commanding lead, but it's all about the follow-up at this point. HasuObs has an expansion up, SaSe has not. Looking at the units tab, we do see that HasuObs is well ahead, 9 stalkers to the 5 of SaSe, and more zealots as well. But SaSe, he is an aggressive Protoss player, if anything, and he's come to claim the blood of HasuObs once again. But these photon cannons can prove a real threat. Blink is now being started here for HasuObs, and a force field cutting the forces in half somewhat, and this attack will be repelled. SaSe should definitely blink out in order not to lose all his stalkers. Beautiful blink once again, being able to return some pot shots, but even so, HasuObs can only warp in more troops, and SaSe should indeed retreat. However, he's keeping up with his aggression, even though he is behind in the unit count. 49 supply to 67, and that is quite a lot here at the 14-minute mark, taking double gases at his fresh expansion and continuing with the aggression. This is very archetypical of SaSe's style. However, it has not gone as smoothly as it did against Jimbo. Beautiful snipe of that center there. Now he should definitely blink out of there not to lose that stalker, as well as claiming it in return. But that force field prohibiting him from pursuing. So the follow-up seems to be continued aggression from SaSe in this very low-tier flesh feast that has been this game so far. A very volatile PvP matchup here to start off this best of 5 series between these two star players in the Alienware Challenge, taking needlessly amounts of cannon fire and now blinking in. HasuObs able to pursue. This stalker threat has been thwarted now, but as I say that, more of them are just coming in, but able to take down probes. This is a very, very volatile matchup indeed, and a very aggressive opening from SaSe, claiming so many probes, 21 now, able to take down pylons, and as we see, 2 robotics facilities warping in. However, this is no Artosis pylon, there is a backup, so these robotic facilities will be able to warp in undisturbed. And now again a beautiful blinkage. SaSe been able to maximize damage and minimize losses again and again with his stellar use of blink, now being able to completely evade this threat. But however, as I say that, the HasuObs stalkers are blinking in and will be able to take down all but one of SaSe's forces. However, looking here again at the units tab, we now have 14 stalkers to 20 of HasuObs, so even though Hasu is still in the lead, SaSe is indeed catching on, and he has not been harassed, he has not been attacked. Sure, he was late with his expansion, but at the same time, he has kept up the aggression, so they're not so uneven as it might seem. Robotic facility out, no further tech, but however, here in SaSe land we saw 2 robotic facilities going up, and now robotics bay all but finished, so we will have Colossus on the field very soon, and this is ground weapons level 2 on the way for SaSe. He's got an upgrade advantage, and that truly means a lot at this stage. SaSe's forces are completely unupgraded, and he's just continuing the slug feast with unupgraded low tier units. We have again not seen any further tech, and here we will see some Hasu zealots being intercepted, maybe by SaSe's forces, no. And now the first observer here of Hasu up, and he will be able to see that again the stalker threat of SaSe is continuing very much so. Now we see a dark shrine going up for SaSe, so this will be his ace in the hole, and his own observer enables him to blink in, though he chose to do so only with 1 stalker for scouting purposes perhaps, but I have no doubt that when he has the positional advantage he will warp in. Maybe that is now should be the time. Oh no, Hasu is moving back. Positioning is indeed the name of the game. Thermal lance upgrade on the way, 2 Colossi in production, no one out just yet, but however 2 observers for SaSe. He indeed was able to use this blink. 1 Colossi out now, and that should force a retreat from SaSe. But as I say that, he engages instead. He will be able to blink back the wounded stalkers. He is very good at that, but Hasu has the superior concave and upgrades, and 1 Colossus, if not 2 soon, out. And just now finishing a weapons upgrade level 2 and from a lance not far behind. This does not look good for my Swedish countryman SaSe, but he's got that dark shrine. Well, it will very soon be completed at the very least, as he's taking a 3rd nexus while being attacked. This is ballsy, bordering on crazy. HasuObs do not know about it, but he should anticipate it. No, it seems like he will let it be. This could be the saving grace for SaSe, and now this Hasu observer will be able to see the 4 Dark Templars warping in. He can of course easily repel them since that observer is around, but Dark Templars can always turn the tide of battle. But this is a fearsome HasuObs force 2 level 2 weapon upgrades, 2 Colossi with thermal lance, and as many as 24 Stalkers on the field, and a third Colossi somewhere soon to join the battle, I am sure. And here the Dark Templars come clashing, but there is an observer around, but it seems like they are not attacking the Dark Templars, they're instead going for the Nexus, and maybe these Dark Templars can turn the tide of battle for SaSe, but it's looking very grim indeed. But here comes a beautiful blink from both players, and the Colossi just tearing apart the SaSe forces, but so are the Dark Templars on Hasu, and I must say that it's looking grim again, but we got 6 Dark Templars out in the field, and it seems like the game is far from over. Meanwhile, Hasu has expanded here to the 6 o'clock expansion. Seems like he's content with fortifying it. He did, of course, cancel this expansion attempt from HasuObs, rather SaSe, who's got 7 Dark Templars out right now, and quite a few observers as well, and he's now transferring probes to a place where there's no expansion. Hasu has a convincing lead in this battle, ladies and gentlemen. 4 Stalkers and the 7 Dark Templars are all that stands between him and victory, and it seems like that will be nothing at this very moment. He's got his own observer somewhere around, and it comes a GG from SaSe. So this was a very violent and volatile opening to this best of 5 series. Game 2 coming up right now. Don't go anywhere. GG and out.